So I'm going to discuss time management for stress reduction. If you're more organized, it will help your stress, because many times we'll get up and think, where do I start? And it's so, I work with clients that get so stressed because they have too much to do, and it increases that anxiety and that fear. So this video is going to go over 3 simple things you could do to get more organized and for stress reduction. Now, in the comments below, I have a great 30-second quiz that you can take, and it tells you how you manage your stress, and then it gives you some ideas of what you can do. So go ahead and take that quiz that's underneath here. But let's get started on these 3 things that you can do to get organized and reduce your stress. The first is to create a to-do list. It's called the 10-90 rule. If you spend 10% of your time organizing, you're going to save 90% of your time. And again, this is something you could do. You just have to, it's a habit that you have to get into. And I suggest you plan weekly, daily, maybe even hourly. And you always do the major things first. So here's an example of what I go over with my client. I always, this might be hard to see, I always put an affirmation at the top, your affirmation for the week. And then you'll put your weekly goals. What are your weekly goals? Then the weekly priorities. And the next step, my step 2, I'll tell you how to do the priorities. Then you do your priorities, and then your goals for the month. You don't want to forget about those. And then you do your weekly to-do list, and then there's appointments you have that you just have to have. And of course here, we have time for exercising, leisure, fitness. It's important to schedule time for yourself too. So you want to do monthly, weekly, daily to-do lists. Doing this on maybe a Sunday or a Monday morning, maybe a Friday, whatever works for you, you will be 90% more efficient. And then instead of scrambling in the morning, oh my gosh, what do I do? What project do I do? It's right here. So set up that to-do list every day. Now on those, when you have your daily, prioritize them. Set priorities every day, every week. And the way to do this is, I call it the ABCD method. ABCD method. And when you put what your tasks are, you actually write this down. You could even color code it if you want. A is important, you must do. So you could do this weekly and daily. And it could be A1, A2, A3, but you must do this. B is you should do. There's just mild consequences if you don't do it. Maybe somebody you work with will be upset with you. But you always do your A's first. Always. And then the B's you should do. C, it'd be nice to do. This could be a lunch, meeting a possible new friend, having coffee with somebody, staying, networking. That's a nice thing to do. That's a C. And then D, what's the big D stand for? Delegate. Those you delegate. So do your ABC, set priorities daily and weekly, and those A, whether it's A1, A2, A3, they take your attention completely before you go on to the B. And the third is to avoid procrastination. Now, I have found with my clients that they don't even realize they're procrastinating. And sometimes the procrastinating is because you may not have that to-do list. Maybe that A1 thing that you have to do is really not something you want to do, even though you need to do it. So you kind of, without knowing, procrastinate. Well, procrastination's okay, but I want you to do what's called creative procrastination. And what that is you decide what you're going to procrastinate on. Maybe it's something on the C, nice to do, but you don't really need to do. Maybe there's a goal or an action step that's really not necessary. Maybe there's something you could take it off your list. So you may be able, again, delegate it, eliminate it, or pick one activity, just abandon. So you can procrastinate, but do it creatively and with purpose on a low value item. So again, take that quiz below, only 30 seconds to find out how you deal with stress, because a lot of times stress could be actually fear, something we fear in the future. So take that and you'll get some good tips. Sending you lots of love and light. Till next time.